there are a lot of developments happening world over, especially in India. In India, just to give you some numbers, right now, gaming industry generally is considered to be a $2.5 billion industry worldwide, somewhere around $250 billion. Immersive tech worldwide is somewhere around $250 billion. India is still nascent, but we think we'll see a lot. Around this context, we are seeing inroads or at least development in two spheres of gaming generally. One is the Web3 Metaverse conference, and the other is esports and gaming. Like these are the two sort of developments that we are seeing, which people say is going to be the next generation of what India will see in gaming. Right? In this context, I go first to Karan. You represent Bharatverse. Everyone knows Sandbox and Bharatverse. Everyone must have seen one game or so which is collaborating in Bharatverse. What do you see when you say I've heard these terms? Experience metaverse inside. For people who are here, from gamers' perspective, why should a gamer go and play on Sandbox?
Nice to meet you last week. When we talk on Sandbox or we talk on any Web3 metaverse platforms, whether it's Sandbox, Somium Space, Decentraland, there are multiple. The whole point is that you can own through a blockchain, through a smart contract which is on the blockchain, and you can own your assets. So when you come to play a game on the Sandbox, you can own your assets. You can own land, which is an NFT. You can own an avatar through an NFT. You can own an in-game asset through an NFT. So these are all digital forms of assets which you can own, and you have the IP rights on those assets. So we'll be having game jams and contests where we'll be inviting the community to come and create games based on the IPs that we have signed. So creators can come and obviously publish their own games, but also partner with us to design games and create games for these large brands.
Saying about how Web3 works, about ownership, right? Creation, ownership. Obviously, earning. Right? There is an experiential element of entertainment. The other experiential side of gaming now is the competitive sports, competitive gaming. Even the government has recognized in India that e-sport of sports, the mandate to govern esports and marketing. So in this context, how do you see India navigating compared to the West, especially in the competitive games?
If you see, the Indian players, they specifically like fewer games compared to the other games. Why do they like those games? Because there's a democratization that is happening. They have handheld devices. They're easy to download phones. The internet is almost very the cheapest version that I've seen in the last 20 years. So I see a change in a way of adoption as a personal entertainment. That's one. Two, you should not only see it as gaming becoming popular in India. For me, I see it very differently. You should see it as a social media giant in the building. Look at Grafton, they have 130,000 installs the first 20 days after the launch. And that is without any promotion. That's why these are the hardcore advocates who want to play that game. And you can talk inside the game. You can exchange phone numbers. You can pretty much meet outside the game. So there's an environment which is existed inside the game. Now it is coming out. Now you see LANs happening. We were flooded with people just wanted to see cosplay. There were at least 70 people who showed up on the booth just to play with one of the popular gamers. That's the community. They want to experience the thrill of gaming. So this transition has happened only in the last 3 to 4 years. The Kaplan has decided to put in about $100 million just to fund games. I have met with so many Web3 founders, Web2 founders who's coming up with super duper good ideas. And esports EXO does that. We are not just for pro players. We are for everybody. If you are a player, come and sign up, play with the best who's available. So that's community building for me.
It's an interesting take. Coming back to Karan. So gamers are usually the first one to adopt. Now coming to the business side of things. At least on Sandbox, Karan, I've seen it. There's huge collaboration and appetite for collaboration with platforms like Sandbox. You see that companies are not only seeing it as gaming proposition, they're also seeing it as an advertisement, as outreach, as a relationship building position as well. What are your thoughts for the next 5 years or 10 years and how business side of things or the companies of B2B relationships still have building relationship with their customers or users?
Yeah, thanks. So the way today the Gen Z population, 75% of them want to be creators, and they're spending 12 hours a week in immersive worlds or in gaming environments. But to get back to your point, of course, as you correctly pointed out, for consumer brand IPs like movie or entertainment, sports, it's a no-brainer to create games based on that. But today we are finding that for our metaverse environments, even B2B partnerships, where corporates like Nomura, PwC, HSBC, Standard Chartered, DBS, we partnered with all of them. We built an environment for DBS. They could have built a showroom, or they could have built like a branch, or they could have built like a finance center, or they could have built an investment arena where our founders will come and meet prospective investors. So they created a gamified contest and a quest and a metaverse experience about sustainability, climate tech, welfare, agri-tech, all these verticals, how to heal the world and make it a better place. So the entire game is based on that, and the entire virtual experience is based on that.
3 years back, if you would have asked anyone, is there money to be made for anyone, correct? Whether gamers or business. Because the phone is correct. There's always this idea that only the West has the capacity to monetize esports, if at all. India right now, our tools are very low, monetization is very low. $10 per gamer is still a stretch for most people. We may claim 100 million gamers, but still there's a long way to go. From your perspective, what has changed? Why is this new integrated energy in esports in India understood?
Monetization pretty much has just changed forms and shapes in India for entertainment and media. Specifically, I've been a media seller for almost a decade now, and the CPMs, cost per impressions, are still the lowest in the country. Not only in India, but Pakistan, Bangladesh, all the India countries. And it is nearly impossible to become profitable at scale if you're a streaming channel in India. That's what I feel. If you add value to the overall ecosystem, not just for the gamers, but for everybody who's involved, which could be game developers, which could be corporates, which could be tournament organizers, which could be esporting teams, you need to holistically build that platform. And we realized this very early. When we started out, we just started working with gamers, saying, okay, hey, there's a 10,000 rupees price pool, the winners get this. We just cannot cater to the gamers, but you have to look at the other side of the story also. $132 billion gets spent every year on game advertising. That's even higher than total budget of all the advertising put together for e-commerce. 70% of the ad spend goes to Meta and Google put together. We are the company who is trying to eat the budgets of these big four companies who are ruling the ad industry. And plus, we are also trying to monetize and give an opportunity to gamers who do not spend more than $10, let's say, for a year. We're giving them a subscription, just like a Netflix subscription. You play an X amount of competitions with the pro players. So if you're that gamer, if you have that passion for gaming, just subscribe to it. It's as low as 200 rupees for a year. So we have the numbers. All we have to do is give them the product at scale at the best possible price that's possible. That's what I believe.
My question is, from your lens, from your perspective, for people who are not in this industry, who are outside this industry, what are those few trends that they should watch out in India? Anything that you think they should focus on noticing the next time?
In the India story, because when we started this company, the vision was just to play the game. We will be playing whether in a metaverse or outside the metaverse in the game, because you should see it as a transition of social media. Also, back in the days when I went to college, there was Orkut, then Facebook came in, then Twitter came in, now Instagram is, Snapchat's taking over. Our audience, the young guys, they're moving to social media. They're out of those Googles and Facebooks, they're going to gaming now. So whether you like it or not, you will be gamified. That's what I believe.
Thank you a lot, both of you. Thank you, Dave, for inviting us. It was an interesting chat.